A very good morning, Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. We continue to take a look on what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe without fear, without favor. There is a report which is circulating online which suggests that Comrade Geza has left Zimbabwe. And we need to take a look onto this report so as to understand what is really happening. What is the truth? Remember, because of whatever which is happening, information is circulating, and sometimes false information is actually circulating. So this is an account yakanzi Blessed Geza 1, and I have seen different views. Other people saying this account does not belong to Comrade Geza. Other people saying it actually belonged to Comrade Geza. But maybe we can say if it belongs to Comrade Geza, there is someone else who is managing it. Back to this story. Is Comrade Geza out of Zimbabwe? Possibly. They might simply say he is out of Zimbabwe so as to try and limit the search which might be happening within Zimbabwe, so as to try and reduce the impact of any outcome if they are to clash or they are to fight one another, etc., etc. That is my own view. But at this point in time, I do not see Comrade Geza leaving Zimbabwe. This is how I see it. I do not see Comrade Geza leaving Zimbabwe. But how important is he in Zimbabwe at this point in time? Is he supposed to be on the ground? Is he supposed to be issuing directives? There are two issues right there. If Comrade Geza remains in Zimbabwe, his life is in danger. If he is assassinated, who is going to account for that assassination? If he leaves, then he will be able to continue to direct as things go forward. At this point in time, what I have seen is that Comrade Geza is the person who is trying to coordinate people, who is going to trying to put people or to make people talk about what needs to happen in the nation of Zimbabwe, which means he will be at the center of giving directives. For example, he can say, Mangwana mswakati munhu wese mroad, ngatipinde mroad. And it doesn't mean necessarily that he will be there in the streets. Iye chake kupa a directive, fambai so, fambai makadai, itai so, itai so, itai so. Which means he might not be in Zimbabwe, he might be out of Zimbabwe, but working with people on the ground here in Zimbabwe. Which means his backers, they will be right there on the ground in Zimbabwe, directing things whilst he is in a safe place. So if you look at it, the threats which were issued by the Minister of Information against journalists, what it means is it's going to be very, very difficult for journalists to continue to directly cover Comrade Geza right here in Zimbabwe. What it means is they might move him out of Zimbabwe, and then they might continue with this issue of pressers from outside Zimbabwean borders. What does it mean? What it means is if Comrade Geza can run away, it means just a few people will get into the streets. They will not get the much needed numbers. At this point in time, remember, President Chamisa has remained quiet, he has not commented, and is doing whatever he wishes he is doing in his own way. He is simply telling the people that change is coming. But how? He has not spoken. On the Geza issue, he has not commented. And a lot of people wanted validation from President Chamisa. They wanted Chamisa to speak much about this issue, but he remains quiet. Is he going to speak? No one knows. So, this is a very complex matter. You can't tell if Comrade Geza has left Zimbabwe. You can't tell if Comrade Geza is still in Zimbabwe. That much you can't tell. So, in my own view, this is my own view. I don't think that Comrade Geza has left Zimbabwe. I don't. Because the moment he steps out of Zimbabwe, ndo panobva pafira chinhu. Because people don't want to be led nemunhu anotya. This revolution for the people to leave their homes to get into the streets, Geza wacho anofanira kunge ari muZimbabwe. Panofanira kunge pane assurance yekuti vanhu havazopfurwi. So as long as Comrade Geza is not arrested, there is assurance yekuti vanhu vanogona kupinda murodhi vakasapfurwa. Although it will be little assurance, but there will be assurance. But the moment he leaves Zimbabwe, then no one is going to get into the streets, I'm telling you. That is point number one. Point number two, if he is begged by very powerful people, why is he running away? Because the damage has been done already. Zvigananda zvirikuluta, zvigananda zvirikuba, it's a fact. So anenge achitizei. I believe kuti it's wiser for him to be arrested than to run away. Maybe kana pane zvimwe zvinhu zvatisiri kunzwisisa kana zvatisiri kuziva. I don't think kuti if he gets arrested right now, the people who are backing him will let him get harmed further. I don't see that happening. This is my own view. Kanane vanhu vari kumubeka. So this is a very complex matter which is happening right here in the nation of Zimbabwe. And at this point in time, he is too slow. This is my own view. Vanhu ava vari very, very slow. Zvekuti ukazvitarisa zvakanaka-naka, zvavari kuda kuachiva zvacho nemaitiro avari kuzviita, I believe that they are making so many mistakes. Because you don't deal with somebody of Mnangagwa's caliber, like to say, toda kudai, and keep quiet. That man is too calculative and too strategic and is always ahead. What it means is the people who are anti-Mnangagwa must be well ahead and must be giving a directive. So I think I can make two conclusions. Probably this account is misleading. Yes, I do not see Comrade Geza leaving Zimbabwe. Because what he has done so far, the police has failed to arrest him. For the past 72 or more hours, they failed to arrest him. The Ministry of Information, they've issued threats, and the journalists have said that they are going to continue to cover Comrade Geza, no matter the circumstances, no matter the threats whatsoever. Which means both the media house and Comrade Geza, these people, they are defiant. They know what they are doing. They are fighting with one voice. So, it becomes, something which is very, very difficult to accept with Comrade Geza Vabuda. So, in as much as this information is circulating, my conclusion is that I do not see Comrade Geza leaving Zimbabwe, because what they have started, they cannot turn back. If he turns back, it means kuti vanhu vese vari kushanda navo vapinda panguva yakaoma. Yesterday there were videos which were circulating, propaganda videos which were circulating, what they are simply meant to distract people from reality. Geza effect is actually causing this government to run around. They have sampled kuona kuti vanhu vari prepared zvakadi, vanhu vari ready zvakadi in preparation for the demonstrations dziri kuannouncewa for 31 March. And to be honest with you, the conclusion is that people are 100% ready. People are 100% ready to get into the streets as long as they get assurance. So I don't think this is the right time for Comrade Geza to be running away. Maybe angatoenda safe house. There are so many ways to disseminate information. You can record video ariko kwe press conference, then you edit you live stream. You can do it even Architori Kure. They can run a press conference as long as they have a network connection. So many ways to run a press conference even live. So at this point in time, inina hangu conclusion yangu iri kuti Comrade Geza vanosiya nyika vachiri munyika, and they are still working, and they are still doing whatever they need to do, and people are still waiting for the signal.